Hello, kids! Welcome to our YouTube channel, Mind Bloom. We're here again for another lesson in math, and I'll be your teacher for today. This is again Miss T. Our lesson for today is about types of fractions. Ano ba yung types of fractions? But before we go there, let us first discuss what a fraction is. Ano ba yung fraction? In simple terms, when you say fraction, you are referring to a number of parts out of one whole. So for example, if we look at this circle here, itong circle na to, yan. If we look at the circle, this is one whole circle. But it is divided into how many parts? So let's count. This circle is divided into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 parts. Okay? So the circle is divided into 8 parts, or one whole is divided into 8 parts. So, if we will consider, kung i-consider lang natin, let's say, ito, halimbawa, 6. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, ilan yung kinonsider natin na parts? So, we considered only 6. So, 6 out of, ilan ba yung total number of parts? 8. So, we write the fraction as 6 over 8 or 6/8. Now, let's look at another example here. Meron naman tayo ditong rectangle which is divided into 12 parts. So, let's count again. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And if we will be shading, let's say shade natin 9, no? So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, if we will shade 9, that will be 9 parts out of, ilan nga yung total? 12. So, we write the fraction as 9 over 12 or 9/12. Finally, if we have, for example, there are 2 full circles, but each one is divided into 4. So let us say I want to shade, in one circle, I want to shade 4 parts. And in another circle, I want to shade 2 parts. So, if we're going to look at that, kung i-consider natin sila na magkasama, ilan yung shinadan ko? I shaded 6. And then, ilan ba yung parts na na-divide yung isang buo? So, that would be 4. Or, there's another way of writing this. If I just want to consider them individually, so this is one whole, kasi shaded yung lahat eh. One whole siya. And then this one is 2 out of 4. Okay? So that means that 6/4 is equivalent to 1 and 2/4. So dito, makikita nyo, lumalabas na yung mga different types of fractions. What are the different types of fractions? First, we have proper fraction. So when we say proper fraction, the numerator, oh by the way, the number on top. So if you have a fraction, let me just label the fraction. If you have the fraction 6 over 8, the number on top, which is 6, that is your numerator. And the number at the bottom is the denominator. Okay. Now, if it is a proper fraction, your numerator should be less than the denominator. So, in our given examples, the proper fractions are 6 over 8 or 6 eighths and 9 twelfths. Because you could see that the numerator, yung number na nasa taas, mas maliit kesa sa number na nasa baba. Okay? What's the other type of fraction? So, kung may proper fraction, meron ding improper fraction. So, an improper fraction is the other way around. The denominator this time is greater than the numerator. So, in this case, in our example, it is 6 over 4. So, that is an improper fraction. Then, lastly, we have mixed numbers. So, mixed numbers are composed of whole number. So, may isang buo ka or kung ilang buo. Kaya siya tinawag na whole number. Whole number plus a fraction. So, simply, in our example, you could see here that it is 1 and 2/4. That's an example of a mixed number. Okay? So, again, proper fraction if the numerator is less than the denominator. So, mas maliit yung nasa taas kesa sa nasa babang number. Improper fraction kapag kabaliktad naman, mas maliit yung nasa baba or mas malaki yung nasa taas kesa sa nasa baba. Okay, now that we have our different examples and we know what fractions are, tingnan muna natin kung ano yung parts of fractions. So, if we have our example here, so kindly look at 6 over 8 or 6 eighths, may number, itong line, horizontal line, ang tawag natin dyan ay bar. So, the number above the bar is what we call the numerator. Okay? Numerator. Yung number naman na nasa baba, that is what we call the denominator. Okay? So, importanteng maintindihan nyo what the numerator and denominator is, huwag pagbabalik-tarin kasi yan yung magiging basis natin para malaman nyo yung mga different types of fractions. So, ano-ano ba yung different types of fractions? So, we have 3. The first one is proper fraction. So, when we say proper fraction, the numerator is less than the denominator. So, mas maliit yung nasa taas kesa sa nasa baba. So, in our given examples, proper fractions are 6 over 8 and 9 over 12. Okay? So, madali lang. Tandaan, proper fraction, mas maliit yung nasa taas kesa sa nasa baba. The second one is improper fraction. If it is improper fraction, baliktad naman. Mas malaki yung nasa taas kaysa sa nasa baba. So, in our given example, our example of improper fraction here is 6/4 or 6 over 4. And then lastly, we have mixed number. So, when we say mixed number, it's a combination of a whole number plus a fraction. So, ano ba yung whole number? E di yung 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Plus, may kasama siyang fraction. So, it's very obvious that in our example, ang mixed number dito ay 1 and 2/4. So, again, proper fraction, if the numerator is less than the denominator. Improper fraction if the numerator is greater than the denominator. And of course, lastly, we have mixed number if it is composed of a whole number and a fraction. Madaling-madali lang to. You just have to wag niyong pagbabaliktarin. Do not interchange the numerator with the denominator. Okay, so to test your knowledge on this, let's have some practice questions. Okay, so here we are asked to identify the type of fraction of the following. So again, remember, parts of the fraction, numerator over denominator. Okay? So again, tingnan natin. Here, the numerator is 3. The denominator is 7. So you can see here that the numerator is less than the denominator. So the type of fraction here is proper fraction. Next, the numerator is 17 and the denominator is 15. So this time, the numerator is greater than the denominator. So this one is an improper fraction. And this one has a whole number plus a fraction. So we call this mixed number. And then finally, we have 4/9. So this is the numerator. This is the denominator. So again, this is proper fraction. So, napaka-dali lang. Kayang-kaya nyo. Just remember, the numerator is on top and the denominator is at the bottom. So kids, that ends our discussion for today about the types of fractions. Again, as usual, if you have questions or comments, just put them in the comment section below. Don't forget also to subscribe to our channel, Mind Bloom, and click on the notification button so you'll get notified whenever we have a new video. So again, this is Miss D signing off, and don't forget, kids, to always have fun while learning. Bye-bye.